In this tutorial, I want to cover how to export sales invoices into QuickBooks if you're using that module. And to do that, you come up here under Accounts Receivable. And when you click there, it'll open up this form. It'll bring up all the current invoices that are ready to be exported into QuickBooks that have not been exported at this time. And you can see when it comes up, it automatically checks all of them so that you can just simply go ahead and click on export and it'll export all of these. This will allow you to print or not print certain copies. That's all automatically checked also. So if for some reason you don't want to print any of these, just uncheck the boxes. Or if you only want to print an office copy, however you want to do it. I'm going to leave them unchecked because there's no need for me to print these. But when you print them out, then you can mail them, fax them, or however it is you normally send out your invoices. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck this, and we're only going to do the first one. Now, one thing to keep in mind, when you export these, it uses the current date, and that will become the date of the invoice. And then your terms are net 30 or whatever from that date. If for some reason you want to use an alternate date, maybe today is the, let's say, March 15th, or this is an old one. If you want to use an alternate date, you just type that date in here. So instead of, if today was February 20th and I wanted it on February the 15th, just type a valid date format in this box, and that's the date it will use when it creates, sends it into QuickBooks. Okay. Also, if you want to take a look at an invoice before you export it, all you have to do anywhere on this line, whichever one you want to open, just double click it. Also, this tells you the invoice number and the original order number that invoice came from. But if you double click this line, it will open the invoice, not the sales order, but the invoice. And for whatever reason, if you want to take a look at the invoice before you export it, you can open it up, make sure everything's correct. Take a look at the products or whatever. And once you're ready, come back here and make sure that we're only going to send this one invoice in. This is for 24-hour door. Now you want to make sure QuickBooks is open. And you can see I have a sample company here from QuickBooks. And we have our customer 24-hour door who has one invoice in here now, 6053. So make sure this is open to the company file you want to export into. And then once you're ready, we'll go ahead and click export. Again, I'm not printing anything, so I'm leaving those unchecked. It asks to make sure that QuickBooks is open, because it will have to be open in order to export it. Say yes. You can see that it cleared the list. That invoice is no longer part of the list. And if we take a look at QuickBooks, now you can see we have our 6054 invoice in here into QuickBooks. Now we're ready to track our payments from our customers or whatever. And again, you can, if you print your invoices from QuickBooks, then you can do that from here and send it to your customer. Or, let's put this down, go ahead and print out your copies and use the invoice that's generated through Portal Pro. So it's actually your choice, either way you want to do it. Then that should do it. If you have any questions on this, please feel free to call or email, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks.